it's day 20 now of recovery from phalloplasty, and kind of wanted to do a little bit more lighthearted of an update today. So looking at like all the changes and stuff, there has been some positives. So I'm trying to look at that and focus on those. So the biggest thing I do know, and I mentioned in yesterday's video actually, was my leg. My leg has been the one thing that I've noticed like a lot of changes in, especially compared to like my first day when I unwrapped it, and that was about 7 days post-op, seeing, how like red it was, and there's a lot of scabbing and stuff. There's now no scabs on my leg at all. A lot of the redness has gone out. It's more of like a pinkish color now, and I've been able to now like let it air dry more, and actually like it's been looking really, really good. And I've been putting just like a polysporin on it, and now we'll probably be switching to vitamin E cream pretty soon here. So that's pretty, exciting to see those changes there, which I'm just like really looking forward to at least one thing going right and been changing for the better. The other thing I have noticed is I had an incision that was in between my like basically like leg and where it meets my like groin area. And that was an incision that was made to use one of the veins now to go into the phallus, but basically that vein ended up getting a hematoma, and also ended up like scabbing over along the incision line pretty harshly, I guess. But the hematoma is pretty much almost gone, which is great. And then some of the scabbing actually on the incision has been coming off, and just started coming off today. So it is healing, it's doing good, like, and I'm seeing the changes now with that, which is exciting. And then also too, like, there has been some changes with the phallus, and like with the scabbing or amount of scabbing that was on it, very minimal amounts have been coming off slowly. And, just seeing that like happen and seeing the changes like is exciting. It's just, a very, very slow process, and not something, I really heard much about or knew much about. So, it was a little bit aggravating and annoying to deal with it, but just to see the positives and see that things are changing, and that it will continue to heal is at least a bonus and something to look forward to. And then with my arm, as mentioned in previous videos, like the top like backside here is pretty rough, and it's still pretty rough, but is slowly changing. But everything else around it, like all the healthy skin has been healing, is more of a pink or kind of reddish color, and is like doing really, really well. So like all the other skin on my arm, like on the bottom side here, on the top, like here, and just on this side, like it's all been doing really, really good. It's just that one section where it had the hematoma is what's taking the longest. But to see the positives on my arm and see that there is a lot of good like healthy tissue which has been recovering really well is something that I'm like really happy about. It's just hoping that the rest of it catches up, but it will take some time, and I know that. But I do have also an appointment coming up on Wednesday with my urologist, but also hopefully we'll be in touch with a specialist here for arm grafts, and be able to communicate with them a little bit more about my concerns, in case they're concerned about anything. And I'm going to see my urologist, which means that hopefully on Wednesday that my catheter will come out. And obviously I'll keep you all up to date on that, but there doesn't seem to be any signs really of like why it wouldn't come out, unless there's an issue once it does, that like for some reason, let's just say my bladder doesn't all empty or something, then would have to stay in for another extended period of time. But I really don't see that happening, and hope that it doesn't. But because then once it comes out, like I feel like I'll just be able to do a little bit more, push myself a little bit more on a day-to-day basis, maybe start going for some walks, because I haven't really done that, just because the catheter has been giving me a lot of irritation and some issues from wearing it for so long. It's just, it's kind of annoying, and my body's not liking it. So I'm hoping, once that comes out, that'll resolve the issues that I'm having with that. But, I'm just like happy to see some positive changes and trying to focus on those instead of on the negatives. There's a lot of things that are changing and happening, and still, recovering. And it's only 3 weeks, which I have to keep reminding myself that it is only 3 weeks. And this is supposed to be at about an 8 to 16 week, recovery, depending on issues, complications, and stuff like that. So I'm not even quite halfway there yet. And so there's still so much that needs to happen, and is going to happen, and is going to change. So anybody who's going into the surgery or is going through it, just remember that it is a long process, it is a long recovery, and it is a lot of change of things that are going to happen, and it's not going to happen in a day. And I think even my partner and I have to keep reminding ourselves of that. Like, we wish it would be faster, we wish it would be like just gone and already over, but at the same time it's like this is just life. This is part of the process, and it does take time. So yeah, just want to do a little bit of an update here and just give you all that, and I will keep you updated on Wednesday on how the appointment goes, as I mentioned. And yeah, thank you for watching all these videos. Again, if you have anything that you would like to ask, suggest, or give me a topic that you think I should talk about. Always feel free to put it in the description down below. And lastly, if you would like to support me in any way, you can do so by clicking the link in my bio or in the description, which will bring you to my link tree, and it'll give you access to my Amazon wish list or a tip option if you would like, as well as access to all my other social medias if you'd like to follow me on there. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Bye for now.